Hello everyone! So you've started your photography journey and you're running out of space. This is a common problem with photographers. There's a couple of things you can do to solve this problem. Number one, you can buy space online. The downside of that is typically you're paying a monthly subscription. Some photographers do it for a peace of mind and they just count it as an expense. Another thing you can do is buy some external hard drives. So how I would approach this if I were you is this. If my camera has dual SD card readers, dual slots, I would go ahead and make sure that whatever photos I take are copied onto each one of these SD cards. Then what I'm going to go ahead and do is when I get to the editing bit, I'll put away one of my SD cards for safekeeping, and then I'm going to go ahead and cull my images. I'll go through and delete the images I don't want, and then I'm going to edit all of those photos. Once all my images are edited how I like them, I'll save a copy of all my final raw images and all my final finalized images onto an external hard drive. Then I will make a backup copy of all those files onto a backup external hard drive. Why I do that is just in case if this one fails, I will still have my photos. Say this one fails, I would take all the files from this external hard drive and I'm going to go ahead and copy them onto another external hard drive. So I always have two backups. Now, once I have all those files how I want them on my external hard drives, I could go ahead and delete all the photos that I edited off both of these SD cards and start the process again. Why I ultimately put this one to the side for a little bit is just in case if I'm in the editing process and I accidentally delete some photos that I don't want to or something happens here, I can always come back here and grab all those raw files or the specific raw files I need. Now, SD cards are made to constantly be rewritten on. That is their job. So they're great with rewriting, deleting, adding. An external hard drive is made to be written on, but it's not really made to be rewritten on and added and changed and all of those things. What'll happen is if I use this for editing, eventually I'm gonna wear out that external hard drive and it's gonna stop working. I have found this out from very sad experience. So that is my recommendation, is I'd be using the SD card for all the editing, and then once I have all my finalized images, then I'm gonna go ahead and save backup copies. Say for example, if you don't have a dual slot camera, and you only have the one SD card, I would make a backup file of all my photos probably on my computer and keep them as a temporary file until I have my finalized images. Okay, now let's go over to the computer and I'm going to show you how I like to label my photos in my external hard drive. So here we are on the external hard drive. This is how I like to label and organize my hard drive so that it's easy for me to find stuff. It doesn't get lost. Number one is I'm going to start out and label the year of the photographs I took. So let's go into 2024. And then within each year, I'm going to go ahead and do the 12 months of the year. I'm going to put the number that indicates the number of the month before the month, and that way they'll stay in the correct order. And then within each month, I'm going to go ahead and have a different folder for each one of my photo shoots. Typically, I'll name the photo shoot, the name of the person, maybe the type of shoot, maybe the date, just something that identifies that particular photo shoot. Then within this, I'm going to have all my final files and my raw files. So for example, with my raw files, maybe initially I take over 2,000 images, but only 500 images make the final cut. This would be of those 500 images that I turned into final images. And now my final images would be those JPEGs that I deliver to my client. Hopefully this helps you guys to efficiently organize your photography workspace.